back to Sacred Harmony, where science meets soul. Today's guest, Dr. Lara May, blends the rigor of Western medicine with the wisdom of energy healing, from emergency rooms to emergency blocks. Lara's journey is nothing short of transformational. She's an advanced practice clinical pharmacist, functional medicine health coach, best-selling author, and now guides others in clearing emotional and energetic blocks through the powerful tools of sound, chanting, and intonation. Welcome to the show, Lara. It's an honor to have you.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Mhm. So, Lara, your journey from clinical pharmacology to energy healing is remarkable. What drew you into the world of sound and vibrational healing?
Well, I grew up as a musician playing piano and guitar and singing, and so I guess I've always sort of realized the emotional impact that music and sound can have on a person, and that had with me growing up. But after I moved more into the integrative space in terms of understanding how the body heals and that, we are all vibration and everything from a positive emotion to a negative emotion to a positive thought from a negative thought has its own vibration, just like a musical chord or a note does. I really started to connect the dots in terms of the possibilities and the impact that sound can have. And of course, being the participant of many different sound healing sessions, going to sound baths and then through my yoga teacher training, both in the vinyasa and the kundalini modalities, how sound is utilized. Um, I just it's something that I don't think we utilize enough, but it's super powerful.
Mm-hmm. 100%. And was there a personal moment that made you realize medicine needed a deeper layer?
Oh, for sure. I suffered with migraines since about the age of 18, and I was diagnosed with IBS when I was 23. And so I've been in and around the Western medical system for quite a long time, my whole life essentially. But there was nothing that was really ever, provided that provided more than just temporary relief. Like there's no solution to completely cure or get rid of migraines or IBS, right? According to Western medicine. So at one point I just found myself, at my wit's end, not feeling good, feeling exhausted, feeling, really distraught and unhealthy on multiple levels in my or early 30s, I guess it was. And so I started seeking out other options for getting healthy. So I found Reiki, I found sound healing, I found functional medicine, and all of these things put together is what really helped me bring my body back into a state of homeostasis and optimal health. And the migraines and the IBS have subsided, and but it took learning about all these modalities and integrating them and figuring out, what worked for me to really make that happen. And so now that's what I try to help my clients do, like figure out what's their, magical combination or that perfect remedy that's going to help them regain and maintain their homeostasis and their balance as well.
That's amazing. And it highlights the blend of science and spirit and healing.
Yeah, it really does. I mean, and again, sound waves are just that. They're waves. And so we've known about these things for ages in the realm of physics and science and academia, but it's only now that we're really starting to sort of connect the dots and realize that these other modalities that have been around for literally thousands of years are powerful. They are effective. They do help heal the body. They help move out energetic stagnicities, energetic blockages, and we can do that with sound and it's really it's fascinating, but at the same time, it's sort of funny to me that we've known about these different aspects, but we haven't connected those dots until just recently.
Mm-hmm. Right. So, for many, sound healing still feels abstract. Can you explain how chanting and intonation actually helps clear energy blocks at a psychological and emotional level?
Well, I'll try my best. So, um, there's several different pieces to it, and the one piece I've sort of already talked about are is the vibration and the actual sound waves. But then the next piece beyond that is our intention. And it's combining the chanting, which so each frequency or note has it vibrates at its own frequency and has its own effect. And so depending on your intention with that as well and where you are focusing that in the body, that will determine what kind of effect it has. And so let's just take we all know about the seven chakras in the body. And so each chakra has its own um, mantra that is sort of correlates with it and and also its own note. So its own specific vibration that it is known to vibrate at when it is in balance. And so when you combine all of those things, then you really are providing the body with a multidimensional layer of healing. So, like the root chakra, for example, is the mantra LAM, LAM. And so when you chant LAM, then and with your intention and your attention going to that root chakra area, then you're bringing that energetic space to awareness and you're allowing whatever blockages or stagnicities you have there to be dissolved, removed, transmuted with the intonation of your voice with that LAM mantra. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. It absolutely does. And
Yeah.
how does this integrate with your functional medicine background?
Well, so I approach each client at their level, like wherever they are. So it very much is very patient specific. And depending on what the client or the patient comes to me with, I work with a lot of patients that have diabetes. And then I also work with a lot of women moving through perimenopause and menopause. And so if you think about where those organs live in the body, that's the sacral area or the solar plexus. But a lot of times too, we can't discount the connection of the heart space and or maybe like what's going on in our crown chakra in our heads or maybe we're having trouble like expressing ourselves. And so depending on where and what's coming up for the patient and what they're working on, we can implement different things to help them get sort of realign and get back in touch with these areas of their body because there's so much disconnection that we've really disconnected from our physical bodies. And when this happens, that's sort of when our energy gets sort of spread out, it's flighty, it's forgetful, and you can you can sort of really resonate with this, like, when you're stressed out, like, you're definitely not in your body, right? You're focused on everything outside of your body. So, I try to really help my clients reconnect with their body, reconnect with their heart space, and we do that through meditation. We do that through, again, like, intention and attention exercises, so bringing that deliberate intention into the body and really developing sort of a reawakening or like getting to know yourself again. And so we do implement some chanting or some meditation with these mantras. And so for the heart chakra, that would be yam, YAM. For the throat chakra, it would be ham, HAM. And for the crown, it would just be ah or silent. And so by doing this, we are, we're working through the food things, we're checking out lab tests, but then we're also implementing things that bring the client back into their body and really help focus that energy so that they start to learn how to become their own best healer. And that's really what I teach is that we are our own best healers. And so eventually you won't need me. Like I'm just the guide, but it's my clients that are doing the work and really, creating the change for themselves.
And that makes complex science relatable and actionable.
Mhm. Yes.
Mhm. So, you have worked with people facing serious chronic illness. Have you seen sound therapy complement traditional treatments in those cases?
Oh, for sure. I mean, we even use sound therapy, in the hospital for patients that are suffering with different acute conditions, whether it be heart failure or if they're in there for cancer treatment. Sound therapy is it can help with stress management first and foremost, so just helping the body relax, and when the body relaxes, it is able to, come back into a state of homeostasis, and when that happens, then it is able to heal itself, and so while, even in that example I gave of using it actually in the hospital where we might be giving other medications and treatments, we're still allowing that space for the body to heal itself. And so, really, like bringing the body and the mind out of fight or flight, out of this constant state of heightened awareness, back into calm homeostasis, allowing itself to regenerate and heal. And that's really what this is all about. And so it's about like finding what resonates with the client, what's really going to help them. So a lot of people really resonate with music and sound. And so it really helps them to relax and feel good. It's because it goes beyond just relaxation. It really does number 1, those vibrations feel good when we receive them, and so then when we're in a state of feeling good, then we also are allowed within our minds, we allow ourselves to sort of let go and release our worries, let go and release, these attachments to things that don't serve us. And so it really allows us to move past the things that are holding us back or keeping us stuck.
Definitely. And are there certain conditions or emotional states that respond especially well?
Um, I mean, really anything. So like the sky is the limit here. And that's what I love about it is like the possibilities are really endless and open. But I mean, we can really I think the a great place to always start is with the gut, because, you know, our GI tract is the center of our body. It goes from mouth to anus. It really helps create or can be a big determinant in creating health or illness. And so if you think about that too, then like what also happens in our gut? Well, a lot of times we feel our emotions in our gut too. Most of the serotonin that our body uses is created is made in the gut, and then it is transported to the brain for action. And so if we don't have a healthy gut, then there's going to be a lot of trickle down, a lot of um, consequences of that throughout the rest of the body and even into our mental and emotional health. And so sound can be really helpful for helping restore gut health. You can use singing bowls, you can use tuning forks, you can use chanting, you can listen to binaural beats with the different frequencies for the gut health. So there's a lot of different ways that you can, use sound therapy to really help again create a sense of homeostasis and balance for the gut, and that can have ripple effects for so many good things throughout the rest of the body.
Hmm. And it opens space for real case stories that inspire hope.
Yes.
So, we often carry unseen trauma and stuck emotions. How can the average person start incorporating simple sound or chanting practices into daily life?
I would say would just start with the simple mantras of the chakras. So one that probably most people are familiar with is Om, and that is associated with the third eye or the Anjana chakra, and um, and that can really sort of open our minds, open us to be able to see and what is for our highest and greatest good, and just sitting in a quiet place and repeating the mantra om to ourselves has can have really far reaching benefits. And it's simple, very simple, doesn't require a lot of time or money, um, but it can really sort of like get you started. And so it can help calm the mind, it reduces stress, it can improve your focus, and it can really also help with both mental and physical relaxation. It can improve your respiratory function because of the breathing that will go into this as well. So breathing calmly in and out the nose, and all of this will have really beneficial benefits for the cardiovascular system, your immune system. So something just as simple as starting to chant the word om, it resonates throughout your entire body, which really helps affect the nervous system and promote relaxation.
That's great. And can you share a small, beginner friendly practice our listeners can try right after this episode?
There's something that we do in Kundalini yoga. It's sa ta na ma. So um so using this, it's called the Kirtan Kriya, and you just sit in easy pose and you touch your pointer finger to your thumb, that's sa, and your middle finger then is ta, and then your ring finger is na, and then your pinky is ma. And so by just sitting in easy pose and repeating this with both hands, sa, ta, na, ma, is super powerful, and it's very transformative, and it's very beginner friendly. So, this is a tool used for spiritual growth, but it's also, again, used for mental clarity, stress reduction, memory improvement. And so the saw part of the mantra is sort of the beginning of all things, infinity. Ta is life and existence. It's the manifestation of the energy in the physical world. Na is death or transformation, so changing a form. And ma is rebirth or regeneration, so completing the cycle of creation. And so the science behind this is that each syllable resonates with different parts of the brain, activating neural pathways and helping to synchronize both hemispheres, which again, this promotes a balanced brain state, supporting cognitive function such as memory, focus, and mental clarity. And then the mudras, which are the finger movements when you're pressing your thumb to the different fingers with each syllable, this act stimulates acupressure points that connect to different parts of the brain as well. So you have that double action of both the sounds and the mudra, really awakening and triggering in a good way those different parts of your brain and your neurological symptoms sorry, your neurological system. And so, um, and you're breathing deeply and easily. And so, this is improving oxygen flow. And so, there's a lot of benefits to this kirtan kriya. And, but it again, it's very beginner friendly and super approachable and very easy to do.
That's amazing. And it gives listeners a practical takeaway.
Yes.
So, in your view, how is the medical world evolving in its openness to holistic approaches like these?
Well, I think just the fact that I am even able to say, hospitals bring in sound healing for the patients is illustrative of how allopathic and Western medicine is opening their mind to the fact that there is, that sound healing and vibration does have an impact on healing, on well-being, and on health. And so, and like we mentioned before, like we've known for ages about how, that there are actual sound waves. We can measure their frequency and then we can find out like what each frequency actually helps with. And that's why we are able to create things like the binaural beats and these. And when you go to a sound healing and you're surrounded by these amazing singing bowls of different sizes and at the different notes, why they do have the effect that they do. And so we're definitely getting there. It's just a matter of, I think, platforms like this having the conversations and really bringing that awareness to those connection of the dots so that there's a deeper understanding.
Absolutely. And what would you say to healthcare professionals hesitant about blending the two worlds?
Um, I would say just come to it with an open mind. There's really no harm in offering it. And if there's anything else we can do to help our patients become happy and healthy, then why not? Right?
Definitely. And that bridges the gap between mainstream and alternative healing.
Yes. Yes, definitely.
So, Dr. Lara May shows us that true healing happens not just in the body, but in the vibrations we allow into our lives. Whether you're navigating illness, stress, or simply the noise of modern life, sound may just be the medicine you didn't know you needed. Let today be your invitation to listen more deeply.